everyone, it's your resident book fair lady again. I am here today talking to you about some books for your kids who are into chapter books. So you're maybe second, third, fourth, etc. Scholastic, for whatever reason, likes to send us books about dogs. In my few minutes that I ran through the fair just grabbing titles off the shelf, I grabbed 4 books about dogs. This is one that is brand new, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it's Lila and Hadley, and it is by Kody Keplinger, and this looks really cute. It's a story of who rescued who. Did the girl rescue the dog? Did the dog rescue the girl? But they learn to work together as a team, as the girl actually ends up losing her sight or going partially blind. So I'm looking forward to reading that. That's actually on my TBR list, to be read list. Here's another one, Ruff versus Fluff. It's a cat and dog team who are mortal enemies until a mystery happens in their neighborhood and they have to work together to solve the case and clear the good name of their person. So that's one. And then here's another one. This is Lily's Story by W. Bruce Cameron. Oh, sorry. And this one is Spencer Quinn. Ruff versus Fluff is by Spencer Quinn. Lily's Story is another rescue dog story, who's rescuing who kind of thing. And learning to use one's small size in life to make other people happy. And then here's another one, upside down. This is part of a series. This is the first one in a series called Rescue Dogs, and it is about a fire dog named Ember, who is also rescued herself and then gets trained to become a fire dog and help other people. Another thing that Scholastic likes to do is send us books about war. Not sure why. Some are fictional, some are not. This one I liked. I'm really excited to read also. It is a true story. The book is actually written by the woman herself. Her name is Rena Finder, and Joshua M. Green helped her write it. But Rena and her family were actually people that were put on Schindler's actual list, and they worked in his factory, and he saved their lives. So this is the story. She was 11 when that happened, and I think it's really important for us to keep history alive in this way so that we don't repeat ourselves and make the same hateful mistakes that happened during that time. Another popular genre that they send is ghost stories or mysteries. These are 2. This one guest here is by Mary Downing Hahn. She's actually an author that I remember reading when I was in elementary school. She writes kind of goosebumpy, creepy stories, but they always seem to kind of end on a positive note, if that can be said of a ghost story. The ghosts solve their problems and move on, or don't, but they're not like lingering, coming out to get you and haunt you for the rest of your life kind of books. So it was fun when my daughter started picking these up. I said, oh hey, I know that author. So we get to share some things in common with our reading histories. And then this one is, are they friends? Are they enemies? Is she dead? Is she alive? I don't know. The cover looks really creepy. I'll read it and let you know. But it is another title that is very popular right now. Then they had another one that looked really fun. I know in our house, at least, my husband grew up loving Scooby-Doo, and the kids have caught on to that as well. And so I was excited to find a Daphne and Velma mystery where they are 2 women working together to solve the case. I don't know if the guys have an appearance in this, or the dog, but it was exciting to see this, and we're looking forward to reading that as well. This one is by Josephine Ruby is the author of that. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to list the authors. If you need to know the author and you can't see it, just ping me and I will send you the authors. Here's another one. These are big right now. Twisted Tales. There's a whole bunch of people doing their own takes on famous mythologies and fairy tales. And then there's a Disney series going through as well. So this is the one that is about Mulan. And it sounds like, just from the description and the little bit that I've read so far, it's kind of like Mulan meets the Hades and Persephone myth, because she has to go rescue Shang from the underworld. So it looks really good. It looks really interesting, even for a grown-up who likes books. Oh, there's the cat. He thinks this one looks interesting too. Okay, so that's the handful of books. Then you had some joke books. You know, my second grader loved this. It's not too thick, and the jokes are pretty easy to find, to understand and read. One thing that I love that Scholastic is doing, and they started a couple years ago, is that they are making these branches series. You can see right up here in the corner of the book and on the back of the book, they say branches. And these are great. They're not too thick, and they are still a little bit bigger. There's the cat again. Still a little bit bigger on the text side. Some of them are more graphic novel-y. Some of them are more text-based, but still with a lot of pictures. But they have chapters, and they're part of a series. This is the cat, by the way. Say hi, Linus. He's just likes books too. Anyway, they are good because they have chapters and they have an actual story, and they're not boring and dumb. They're maybe simple, but they are good for your emerging readers who maybe want to read something independently on their own, but that's not a baby book and isn't Harry Potter, for example. So they are a great place to start. That's their level 2. They have an even earlier similar idea that they call, instead of branches, it's Acorn, and it has a little acorn in the corner and on the back. So those are great. Another really popular series right now is Spirit Animals. This is written by multiple different authors, depending on the book. Each book in the series is written by a different author, which is kind of nice, because while they are all telling the same story together, you kind of get a taste for the author's style as the story goes along. This is a group of kids who have their spirit animals that go with them, and they're fighting to save the world. There are several books in the series. This is number 3. Another fun one is Bad Guys. This Bad Guys series was on our fair, and this is book number 10. And I know, again, with my second grader especially, they're very, very popular. They have enough words and they have a lot of pictures to keep him quite entertained. I would be fired as a mother and a book fair person if I did not mention the Wings of Fire series. If you have, I'd say, anywhere between a first grader and a 5th grader, they probably know about Wings of Fire and have probably bugged you to get every single book that has come out. So far, the books are up into the teens, and then there are 2 special editions. The second one just came out on March 3rd, and it is on our fair. 2 special editions, I think 13 of the main books, and then there are 6 mini stories if you can get your hands on them. They have them on Amazon, I believe. I don't know that those are all in print, the mini stories, but they give a little background. Another series that is really interesting if you want to get a little history. The main characters are not real, but the events that the characters go through are real history. This is the I Survived series, and it's, you know, this one is I Survived the Molasses Flood of 1919, and this is I Survived the Titanic of 1912. They are good because, again, they're not too long, so they're good for your emerging readers, and the stories are set up really nicely to take you through the events that happened. And then they are also starting to do them as graphic novels too. So if you can't get your child to read words, but they will read words and pictures, the graphic novels are a great thing to do. And that's a whole different topic, but I'm just going to say it. Any reading is good reading. Even if it has a lot of pictures, they're still reading, they're still getting information into their brain and having some enjoyment. If you're looking for other historical things, there's this series called Boys of Wartime, and it takes you again through, you know, the main characters are false but are made up, but takes you through the events of history. Like this one is the Siege of Boston in 1776. That's a good one. Then there's the Dear America series as well. These are written in the form of journal entries and cover all different periods of history as well. So those are just some highlights from our, I'd say, you know, elementary school readers. Certainly anybody, even grown-ups, can read books. Like I'm going to read that mystery book with Daphne and Velma. I'm looking forward to that. And the Mulan book, no shame here. You read what you like. Any reading is good reading. And I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll be coming back to you with some more information about the middle school books. Take care.